On this episode, I'll make the case that the only way an organization can truly scale is to first do things that don't scale at all. Over the last 20 years, I've worked on or invested in many companies that scaled to 100 million users or more. But here's the thing. You don't start with 100 million users. You start with a few. So stop thinking big and start thinking small.
There's really two stages of a startup's product. The first, design a perfect experience, and then you scale that experience. And that's it.
But which part of the perfect experience do you scale? Handcrafted work is essentially a kind of booster rocket that helps you get in orbit, but it's not the kind of rocket for the whole trajectory. It gets you out of the gravity well, and after that, get ready to slingshot around the world. But let's be clear, the transition from the handcrafted phase to the massive scale phase is a challenging one. And I want to dispel any illusions that you can switch from one to the other with ease. In fact, it requires two opposing mindsets. You have to fully empathize with a single user. At the same time, you have to worry about everyone.
It's like a video game. You slay a dragon, you think you've completed the board game, and then you have the next level, and all of a sudden the dragons get really big.
But when you're slaying dragons, it's hard to hold on to the handcrafted mindset. Still, I would argue that the sharpest founders never fully abandon the mindset, no matter how big their company gets. And here we come to the true art of doing things that don't scale. It's not just a crude way of succeeding on a shoestring budget. It also gives your team the inspiration and urgency to build the features that users really want. It's essential to get this kind of feedback early while you're still defining the product. It's like setting a foundation as an architect. You wouldn't build a skyscraper before you've built a solid foundation. User feedback ensures you won't build a dozen floors on an unstable swamp. But the caveat is, you have to figure out which users to listen to. You're going to have different kinds of users giving you feedback, and some of it will take you in the wrong direction. Now is the moment you can take the most daring leaps of your career. Dream big and act small. Pay passionate attention to your users. Handcraft the core service for them. Create a magical experience, and then figure out what part of that magical handcrafted thing can scale.